Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
Diggity dank.
Hello and welcome back to another week of the Nightwing News. All different. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, it is.
Hello, I'm Kristen.
And this week we're wrapping up some of the new stuff. Titans Beast World 5 and 6. We'll wrap that up, and then we'll get to this week's new issues, Titans 8 and Nightwing 111. Oh, maybe we should also discuss the announcement about the future of the Nightwing book.
I think we should discuss that first so we can get the sadness out of the way first.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, you knew it wasn't going to last forever, but...
I know, but it feels like it hasn't been that long. I mean, I guess it has been a few years, but still, it wasn't enough.
But yes, it was announced this week. I mean, even by Tom Taylor himself that, yes, starting in May, Tom and Bruno will be back for their final run, their 5-issue story. That'll wrap up around what issue 120 will probably be their last, I guess.
Yeah, although actually it should only go to 119, which seems weird. Because isn't it starting with 114?
14, 15,
14, 15, 16. Oh, no, it's 15. But if it's 5 issues with 15, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
Yeah, I don't know.
May, June, July. So it'll only go until September.
And yeah, I mean, unless they're gonna at some point they're gonna give us two issues in a month or something.
I don't know. Well, so what do you think? To be honest, I'm not. I mean, it will be a bummer that they're leaving, but like you said, okay. I have many thoughts. I should try to organize them. All right, I think you read more you read a wider breadth of comics, but it seems to me that it's a thing of the past when a writer would write the same comic for a really long time, right? Because, I mean, didn't Chuck Dixon write, like, all of the Batman comics for, like, 10 years?
I don't know.
Okay, maybe not 10 years, but...
I mean, yeah, and I was going to say, I don't think his run was 10 years, but there were guys in the 90s who, like, literally wrote a book for 10 years, yeah.
And, I mean, he wrote the first Nightwing book. What? I mean, okay, there were a couple people that, like, bopped in for a short while, but I mean, he wrote the first 70 issues, right? So that's at least 5 years.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think, when did Tom
and
Taylor...
then Devin wrote it for a pretty long time.
Mm-hmm.
And then after Devin, though, then they were like changing it up every 5 seconds.
I'm trying to think. I mean, Tom might have got 4 years, maybe. Is it probably maybe around?
I mean, it would have been issue 78. He said he started with 78, so 78. So I mean, yeah, it probably is.
So I mean, that's a decent run these days. 4 years.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't feel.
And then plus we've gotten him.
Doesn't feel long enough.
Plus we've gotten him with extra Nightwing on Titans.
Right. Yeah, I think that's it. That I think it feels short because I did see, of course, a couple of people being yassholes, as it were, on the interwebs. And Heartless was introduced pretty early on, and that still isn't wrapped up yet. So it does kind of I think that kind of makes the run feel shorter because you're thinking, oh, he came in and started with Heartless. And then you're like, oh, and that's not resolved. So it doesn't seem that long.
And it's and the other thing, it's just like keeps getting interrupted again. It's another thing of modern comics, but again, it keeps getting interrupted by crossovers and stuff. I mean, Beast World was his crossover, but like when they did like Future State and stuff, I mean, yeah, getting interrupted by crossovers and stuff doesn't help.
Right. And I mean, I think during the time that Tom has been on Nightwing, Batman has gone through more than one writer. I mean, the writer of Batman right now is Zdarsky, right? But he hasn't been writing it the whole time.
No. Yeah, no.
So I guess that's part of it is, and I mean, of course, Marvel. I mean, Marvel. That was the 80s into the 90s, but Marv Wolfman wrote.
Oh yeah, I know.
Like all of New Teen Titans, right? I mean, he did it the whole time. Both things. I mean, George Perez had to leave Titans earlier so that he could focus on Wonder Woman. But yeah, I think Marv wrote all the issues, and then when they started over in 1984, then he wrote like all the next 130. So that was a long time.
Yeah, I mean, again, these days, some writers may only get a year or two. Again, it's like, yeah, Tom got almost 4. So again, that's
I guess that is.
I think it's I think it's a credit to Tom that they haven't renumbered yet, because that's my feeling is they're going to renumber once a new writer comes on here, because that's what the way modern comics usually work is when a new team comes on, they renumber, because I mean the only thing I think DC has right now over 100 issues is Nightwing and Batman. That's it.
That's ridiculous. Not even Superman?
No. Oh, Superman's been written.
And I know that that's kind of a ploy.
Oh yeah, they think they're new readers, but
first issues always sell better because people are like, oh, it's the first issue, even though it's not special anymore because they keep redoing it.
No, I don't know how many times they got to keep doing it before they see, it's not like boosting numbers significantly.
Yeah. So I guess, yes, it sucks, but I can't be surprised. Like you said, my idea that people will just keep writing the comic as long as I want them to is it's hopelessly outdated. But I just hope that doesn't mean that they're not going to have a Nightwing book. I mean, that seems like it would be a bad idea to me, but I don't know. DC's full of bad ideas.
I mean, I think he's popular enough. There will be a new Nightwing book, but it's just a question of who'll be writing it.
Yeah, I mean, because that I think is another weird phenomenon is there are a lot of Batman books, arguably too many, but a lot of the Robin, I mean, it used to be that we had so many Batman books because all of the Bat family had it. And now aren't they mostly villain books? Is it like Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy and Penguin? They all have their own books.
Yeah, they do. I know there's the new Red Hood came out, but I don't know if it's a mini series or not.
Yeah, I think it's only supposed to be 6 issues.
Something like that, yeah.
And like, what's Tim doing?
Not much.
I mean, is he in the Batman? I mean, I know he was in Failsafe, but now they're doing something else. And
yeah, no, I mean, he's really not appearing anywhere much now.
Yeah, and Damian is in Batman and Robin, but that's a Batman and Robin book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's there's no Batgirl.
Well, and they've got Birds of Prey, but isn't that a lot of? No, that's Heroes. It's not like the movie, or is Harley in that?
Well, Harley was in the first arc, but I think she's kind of out of it because they're about to start the second arc. But no, well, I know Cassie was in it, and but yeah, no, with the new arc, it looks like Barbara is going to show up. So, but yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think she's supposed to be permanent.
I don't know. Yeah. But it is a good book. I mean, and again, by a friend of the show, Kelly Thompson. So yes, kids, pick it up if you have not.
Good. Okay. Well, so long as he gets something.
Yeah. And like I mean, yeah, I don't know if Tom's wants to leave, or if they're, sometimes they don't have a choice when they're leaving the book, because I know when Jeremy Adams was writing the Flash, he was like, I would have stayed there, for years more, but they like shifted him over to Green Lantern, so they might just be shifting Tom somewhere else, but
Yeah. It's weird though. It feels like if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
yeah, I don't know. All right.
Although, I mean, whatever. You can't please all the people all the time. Because I saw some people when they posted about how Nightwing is somehow something's up with his ability to lead. People were like, that is so stupid. So, I guess you're always going to have haters.
Yeah. All right. So should we jump into these books?
Yeah, I mean, I guess we should probably do Beast World first, right? Since that ended first.
Yeah, let's do 5 and 6 because those are the older ones. Yeah. So yep. 5 opens up. Yeah, it looks like it appears. Yes. The giant's Beast Boy Starfish is dead. And then of course Amanda Waller basically saying, "Oh, Chester took him out. He's a hero, even though Amanda Waller, forced him to do this."
Yeah.
But of course, trying to blame the whole thing on the Titans. Oh, and I think is it 5 here? Yeah, where there's like 1 million people infected all over the world with these with the spores, and Amanda Waller says, "Oh yeah, for the safety of the world, we're gonna kill them all."
Yeah, that's super messed up.
Mm-hmm. Then we get the Titans are planning, and then Dawn is talking to Raven about Gar's death. Raven talking about how she wants to kill Waller, but she won't. Because
I thought it was good how since Cyborg's like, yeah, I can totally hack into that stuff. And while it was like, that is concerning. So what Waller's talking about. But then Nightwing says, okay, I will have a conversation. So he gives him the chance to not kill 1 million people.
Yeah, because Waller's like, do we want to do this? How's this going to look to people? And they're like, well, there'll be 1 million more people alive to hate us, but they'll be alive. So they go to confront Waller, and I love it. Dick gets to take down Peacemaker.
Yeah.
Oh my lord! But I guess Dick has always rubbed Peacemaker the wrong way. Some of that says smug superiority. I'm like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
So Dick gets in Waller's face and says, Dick goes, I can see what you're doing. I love Waller. Goes, of course you can. You are many things I don't appreciate, but you are not an idiot. So Dick's saying to her about how you've infected people against us, and she says, "Are you here to lecture me?" He's like, "No, I'm telling you, the infected don't have to die." And she says, "The drones are already in the air." So Waller's not going to turn back. So Dick calls Cyborg.
Yes, he realizes you don't want us to save them.
Nope. So Vic hacks the drones. Then Waller's like, basically, humanity doesn't want heroes. They want to be told what to do. They crave deities and despots. And she says, the Titans just hacked the military. Do you think people are going to accept that? And that's when Raven attacks her. But then, our shock ending, we finally find out who Dr. Hate is, because Dr. Hate steps in.
And it's Raven from the Gemstone.
Yep, it's her dark side, kids.
Exactly. Boom. Oh, no, you didn't.
So remember, you're like, oh, have they done her Dr. Fate's backstory yet? I'm like, no, nope, but they have now.
Well, yes, now they have. Well, that's good. I was just wanting to make sure I wasn't behind.
No, I mean that was a good reveal because it's like you didn't even really know. I think everyone just assumed Doctor Hate was a man, but
Yeah, no, or that it was some other kind of entity.
see, kids, women can be doctors too.
Indeed. All right. Then we have the big finish.
Yes, a little thicker, issue 6. Uh, so yeah, we see picks up where it left off. Raven and Raven are facing off. See, kids, you all forgot, yeah, because Doctor Hate says you fought a roller of hell and you were told a piece of you was missing afterwards. You didn't listen. Mm. So then the two Ravens fight, and Dick gets sent back to Titan's Tower. We're telling Barbara and Detective Chimp, Doctor Hate is Raven. Mm. So yeah, but then they use John Kent to pull the spore out of Batman. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, they used John Kent as bait to lure the spore out of Batman, my favorite character. Doesn't matter what show it is, Ray. Everyone knows it. Everyone loves it. All right. So yes, Bruce is back to normal. But I love that whole thing, with Dick's checking on him. Bruce says, "Did I hurt you?" And Dick's like, "Don't worry about it." And he's like, "Dick," "If the roles were reversed, you'd never let me accept responsibility. I'm fine. What's what's like a light mulling between family?" Mm.
I also like when they explain the plan, how the heroes are going to be bait, and they have the caption, "It was the most power ever wielded by one chimpanzee." I love it.
So basically, and then the Vic's like, "Well, we just ticked off the military. What if if they all start attacking us on sight?" And Barbara said, "That's a valid concern." And one Nightwing and Dawn are working on as we speak, because we see Dick go to the White House and speak to the president.
That's right.
And the president's, basically like, you guys, you people just hijacked the military. How do you expect us to trust you? And Dick's ready to take his mask off. And the president's like, "No, don't take it off. I know how important anonymity is in your line of work. And a secret like that could be a risk to both of us." And then, Dick gets a call from Donna, says it's done. And then Nightwing tells the president, "I just received confirmation that the first lady is no longer infected. Donna Troy has dealt with the spore. Your wife is free." He says, "No one has to die. We work together." And then the president says, "What do you need?" And he's like, "Just reach out to all the world leaders and tell them to hold their fire when we arrive." So then we see people, all the heroes trying to deal with this. John Kent. Oh, that's right. We gave Donna special armor.
Yeah, well, you've got the instructions on how to take down someone it's a very what was that, Tower of Babel?
Oh yeah. Because Dick gives Donna a folder with everyone's weaknesses, and she's like, I'm assuming someone has mine." And Dick says, "Yeah, Starfire has yours." And she's like, "Good." See, that's the thing. It's like, Tower of Babel. Bruce kept everything to himself. Dick's like, he's.
Well, and Bruce had one for everybody.
Oh
And
yeah.
he had all of them. And it sounds like each person gets one. So it's like you're responsible for one person.
Yeah.
So Donna just has his, how to take down Nightwing, which should be pretty easy since he's just a dude.
Yes, but he's very smart.
Yes, but he's not a meta. Donna's smart, but also meta.
Yes, they made her this armor that's breathable liquid metal blended with chromium and kryptonite. Yeah, so she'll be impervious to the spores and a living nightmare for Kryptonians and Tamaranians.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet armor.
Because and then we see Donna taking down Power Girl, who's still infected.
then so Raven's fighting her bad side, and then we get the big reveal that they're killing Gar when they kill the spores.
Yep. So yeah, Raven calls everyone and says, "Stop! Garfield's in the spores." As Donna's like crushing one.
So now they have to lure and contain rather than destroy.
So basically, they basically I think a big boom tube them all. And then we see the fight with the two Ravens. Then Starfire jumps in and helps with Dr. Hate. Dr. Fate's like, "I'll take back my helm," and until Wally grabs it. But I love the helmet's trying to brainwash him, and he's like, "Are you trying to brainwash me?" He's like, "The problem is I can think a whole lot faster than most mind manipulation."
Yes.
Yeah. So he throws it in a volcano. And then we see what appears to be, yes, Raven locking away her evil self. Back in the stone.
And I love this line. So because enough of Gar was in the spores, the beast didn't attack Raven. That's right. And then Flash and Cyborg. Did they attack you? Yeah, you? Yeah. I know Gar's and my love is platonic, but ouch.
But yeah, so they take the spores they got, and it's Beast Boy's body reforms, but it's basically his whole mind isn't there. Right. Then we kind of see Amanda Waller having a press conference and basically saying, the Titans aren't heroes. This is all their fault. It's hers. She's basically taken over the Hall of Justice. It's now the Hall of Order.
Which, that's very scary.
Yeah.
Very authoritarian. It feels very on the nose as well.
Basically saying the time of the superhero is coming to an end.
Yes.
So they then basically the Titans have this idea. But yeah, so Vic's saying how Gar lost an arm when he pushed the Necrostar through the boom tube, and then Detective Chimp is, "I was thinking sea stars can regenerate from a single arm and are the only known creature that can regenerate neurons." So,
yep.
But then they combine the huge tentacle with Gar. Yes, Donna pulls out the lasso.
Like their powers combined, Captain Planet makes one whole Beast Boy.
Yep, it seems like he's back, body and mind.
That's right. And then
so it looks like a happy ending book.
That's right. You're like, everything worked out. And then you turn the page and you realize, bad Raven won and good Raven is inside the jewel.
Yeah.
That was wild.
Yep. Ugh. So yes, kids. It's all wrapped up. All Beast World.
All right, that's right. Now we're ready for the next step. What's going to happen?
Yeah, I was gonna say let's do Titans 8 next. I want to save Nightwing for last because that was my favorite.
Yeah, for sure. Had some dad moments.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So things aren't
Well,
quite.
Since we were just talking about Beast World, it feels right to go to Titans.
So
the same vein.
So yes, evil. It opens with Evil Raven having a talk with Daddy Trigon. Mm. But yeah, Good Raven is pleading from the stone, and Trigon's like, "You think your pathetic pleas can sway me?" Mm. Watches your demon side destroys your love, your friends, and your world.
Like, man, that's
Hmm.
harsh.
But then, as we see, yes, again, people are still trying to blame the Titans for the whole Beast World thing. Mm. But they are being defended on TV by Melinda Grayson Lynn, so the mayor of Bloodhaven.
That's
Remember her?
right.
Remember her? I feel like we haven't done a lot with her lately. Remember her?
We have not. Well, and this guy Sergeant Steele, he's been around, right?
Yeah.
Hasn't he been in other comic? Yeah, okay.
And he's causing trouble for Wonder Woman. He's part of the people causing trouble for Wonder Woman in her own book right now. So
Right, right. Well, wait, and now I'm forgetting, which is pathetic because it wasn't that long ago. But the who? Oh, yeah, that's right. The Necrostar was brought in by what's his face, Brother Blood. But was Amanda Waller in on it too, or was she just trying to capitalize on the chaos afterwards?
I'm trying to remember. I think they kind of did. I don't know if she saw it coming or she was kind of trying to set it up. So yeah, so Beast Boy would do that so she could have an excuse to blame the Titans and turn public
Yeah,
again.
because we know she was working with Dr. Hate,
Yeah.
or who turned out to be Bad Raven. Although I don't think anybody knew that. Like, I don't even think Amanda Waller knew that. They just.
So
But I
yes.
did also like how it was a good callback. I forgot to say that when they mentioned you had lost a piece of yourself, and you hear that a lot in fiction, and you feel like it's metaphorical, but in that case, they meant it literally.
Exactly.
So yes, all right.
So yeah, so Sarge Steele's basically on TV complaining about the Titans, and then really going on about how Beast Boy is a threat to the entire world.
Pretty rude.
And I love Vic is just like, can we watch anything else? He's like, I can literally stream anything to the TV. He's like, can we watch something that isn't hateful propaganda directed at us?
Yeah.
Then Evil Raven walks in and turns off the TV. But then, yeah, Nightwing calls everyone because there's been a tropical storm moving toward Florida. So, yeah, and then Beast Boy's like, are you sure we'll be welcomed? And Dick's like, people are in danger. I'm not worried about how they feel about being rescued. But he tells Gar if it's too soon, he doesn't have to go. And he's like, I'm fine.
Then we get.
Oh, yeah, they finally
reveal
the new T-Jet.
the T-Jet.
So, yeah, then they're flying down to Florida, down to Key West. Oh, yeah, but once they're in the air, they're going to boom tube. And then I love the Wally's like, I don't know what you're doing, but surely you could have checked whether this works before cramming us all into the jet. And Vic's like, I ran models. We exploded in hardly any of them.
No, wait, I think Cyborg said that we exploded in hardly any of them.
Yeah. Yeah, so then they start evacuating people. And also save like the rescue fleet that was coming in.
Yep. Tempest helps.
Finally got Tempest on our side again, and then yeah, Beast Boy finds a family like in a flooding house, and then but of course they're afraid of him, and the father attacks him. Get out of my house, freak! So then Wally and Raven are there, and then they're like, "Go ahead, we'll take this." And then at the end, we get another conversation with Raven, Dark Raven and Trigon. He's like, "Why are you, pose as your your weak self?" And she's like, she says, "Your progeny are your generals. I intend to turn Rachel's friends into mine." Trigon's like, "Good." Basically showing her destiny. You'll be the destroyer of worlds, scourge of universes. This is the wars you can now become. So, the Dark Winged Queen. So Trigon finally proud of his daughter.
Yes, because she's doing bad things.
Evil. She's taking up the family business. Good.
True.
Good Raven's like, "Let me out of this stone," and he's like,
"How about no?"
Indeed. Indeed.
"All right, so now the best out of these ones, and probably one of the best books this week, Nightwing 111." Yay! I mean, Beast World was fine, but I like Tom's stuff, Tom's Nightwing better when it's not in the middle of a crossover.
Sure.
Although it's kind of sad because we got a backup again. I was hoping for a full issue, just one story again.
We had to have the backup, member, because it was about the plague.
I know. Well, I was going to say, they were pandering to you because that backup was.
Yeah, although, well, we'll get to it. I didn't really like it that much.
I know. Me neither. I was hoping for more of the main story, which starts in Gotham City.
That's right. It doesn't everything. With a man being murdered.
Supposedly by Heartless. And of course, Batman's the first one on the scene, of course. And
well, it's in Gotham, so.
Yeah, the killer's gone. Oh, because it took him 84 seconds to get to the scene after he heard the scream. But the killer's gone. But yes, the victim had his young son with him. And of course, that just hits Bruce. Thinking about, yes, the night Dick's parents were killed, and then, I guess Heartless was in the crowd as a child. Saying how great, how awesome was it to see that the people, those two people hit the ground and die. And Alfred scolding him, and him and his guardian are just like, "I don't like this guy."
Yes. He's trying to make me be decent. I don't like it.
I know. Then in the present, we see Batman call Barbara, and he's like, "Is Nightwing there?" She's like, "Oh, he's in the shower." He's like, "Your shower?" "Yes." "Good, he's in Gotham." And then she heard a noise. She's like, "What is it, goons?" He's like, "It's goons." So he's like, "Yeah, have Nightwing meet me on the docks. There's an illegal small arms deal." But she says, "You need backup?" He says, "No, I just need to talk. I think Heartless has come to Gotham."
What?
Exactly. And then
Nightwing comes zipping in, using his motorcycle as
quite the Nightwing entrance. Yeah, I know. He slides that bike and like knocks over like 2 or 3 guys. Okay, here we go. Because this is Batman's inner monologue. Dick Grayson. Alfred once described him as my greatest success because Alfred was always too generous. I had to remind him that he was ours, the boy we raised together.
beautiful.
I love that show in the 80s. My Two Dads. Yeah. So, yes, they're talking as they're fighting the goons. And, yeah, Batman, I think your problem is move cities. And Dick's like, yeah, there's been no sign of Heartless in Bloodhaven. No new victims. He's like, I've been patrolling every night. Oracle's been looking. He's like, there's only been one known Heartless killing since Blockbuster. Batman's like, yeah, B's father. So he tells Dick to pass on his condolences, and he's like, "Will you be seeing B? I don't mean the judge. Judging shows you care. It's appreciated. Babs and I are great. Don't worry." Oh, so. So yeah, they're talking about how Dick says Heartless has been hiding. It seems like, and Batman's like, "Of course he has. You moved the Titans to Bloodhaven. People flying in the sky, teleporters, and a man who can move faster than sound would give most serial killers pause." Batman, it's a good call for your city. It's not something I ever would have thought of for Gotham. Oh, he would have thought of it. He just didn't want to do it.
He would have thought of it and rejected it.
It's my city.
No metas in Gotham.
So yeah, Dick says he hopes he just didn't chase Heartless to Gotham, and so yeah, Batman tells him there was a child left behind. The Commissioner Montoya is working with them, and he has Dick to talk to the boy because of course he's scared of Batman.
Yeah, although he says, "Hey Renee, it's Dick," and then he shows up as
No, he says, "Hey Renee, it's Nightwing."
Yeah, I know, but he first says it's Dick.
Does he?
Yeah. Wait, he does it in yours? So wait, he's on the motorcycle?
Yeah.
So it's like Commissioner Montoya will still work, but I can't be part of interrogation. Got it. And then the line at the bottom.
I don't know. Mine says, "Hey Renee, it's Nightwing."
Oh well, the digital one it says Renee. Hey, it's Dick.
Oh, did somebody check? Did someone catch a mistake? Oh, yeah, because I got the paper copy. It says, "Hey,"
it says Renee. Hey, it's Dick. Mind if I drop by? And I was like, I didn't know you knew his identity.
Did they catch a mistake or something? I don't know.
I'll send it to you in Messenger so you can.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's going up on social media. Oh.
Yeah, it definitely says it's Dick.
Oh my. So yeah, somebody goofed somewhere, but yeah.
Presumably that's the mistake.
Renee hates Dick. Yeah. Maybe someone was like, "Hey, dummy." Although, don't you think? I mean, I guess I'm like, wouldn't you think it'd be easier to like fix the digital copy than I don't know.
Yeah, you'd think you could go in and fix it anytime.
You probably just have to take out that page and rescan it or something. Yeah, I don't know. But yep. I see. I
don't know.
My side. Yep. All right. So yes. So they go to police headquarters and they say because Renee wants to know what they know about Heartless, and Dick's like, not a lot. Frustratingly not a lot. So they say, Nightwing should go in because I frightened the boy enough, Batman says. So he's gonna watch from outside. Yeah, the mother died a few years ago, but he has an uncle on the way, the legal guardian. Then we get another flashback about Alfred asking Bruce, if he's going to read Dick a story, and he says, he can read, Alfred. He's like, I'm aware. He's like, he can read and far beyond his age range. He reminds me of someone else at that age. It's about a shared experience, Master Bruce. Comfort. But yeah, Alfred basically saying, I remember a boy who couldn't fall asleep unless I was in the room. So yeah, they have a little moment here, and then Alfred hands him a book and Bruce says he's reading Tolkien. Isn't this a little young for him? He says no one is too old to enjoy a Muppet who doesn't realize he's the monster at the end of the story.
What book is that supposed to be?
It's what is it? Is it No, I read this as a kid. Was it Grover or something? But it's like I think it might be Grover.
Oh, there's a monster at the end of this book. That's what they're referencing. Oh, okay.
There's a monster at the end of this book. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, that's the one with the meme where it's like, you turn the page.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Got it. I see, because I wasn't. All right. When they said that, I was like, does he literally mean a Muppet or is this like something else? Oh, okay. Got it. Yeah. I see.
Then back to the present, and we see Dick going in to talk to the kid, and he's all excited. He's like, "You're Nightwing. You're on my pencil case."
It's very cute.
Gives him a hug, and then 10 minutes later, Dick's playing video games with him. He said, and then the kid's like, he's talking about, how his dad said he played the video games too much. And then he's like, I'm sorry, I want to be brave in front of you. And Dick says, can I tell you a secret? And the kid's like, uh-huh. He says, it happened to me too. I lost my parents when I was about your age. The kid's like, does it stop hurting? And he says, not really, but life kept going. People came along who loved me just as much.
Aww. So great.
Whatever happens next, you won't be alone. I promise. I'm going to catch the person who did this to you. And the kid says, good. But he says, I know it's hard, but can you tell me what who the person looked like? And he says, he was wearing a mask and a big coat. What did he say? Nothing. He didn't talk to your dad? Didn't talk to you? No. Then the uncle shows up.
Yep.
So yeah, Dick's telling, but the uncle says he has no idea what he'll be doing. And Dick says he'll probably be afraid a lot, afraid of the dark, of strangers, of unfamiliar places. He'll need comfort, routine, reassurance. He says, do you have enough to support him? And the uncle, remember this, kids. The uncle says he does. His parents were wealthy. Dick says, good. You have to be everything for him. For the next bit, you have to be the security he's lost. And read him stories. In my experience, that helps.
Aww.
As Bruce is watching. Then Batman and Nightwing are on the roof of police headquarters, and Dick's saying, Heartless didn't talk. Other kids I've spoken to, he always talks. He wanted his victims to tell him about who would be left behind. So Dick's like, something doesn't feel right. I want to examine the body. And Bruce is ready to swing down, and Dick says, I can't jump. Something's going on. I've been afraid of heights. I love when Bruce says, when did this start? A few weeks ago. It's worse now. And Bruce, why didn't you tell me? When would I have told you? In the middle of a turf war, or when you were turned into a wolf? So yes, kids, it's been a busy time with Gotham War and Beast World.
I will say though that when he came in, he kind of like flipped off of his motorcycle. So
Maybe it's just if he thinks about it too much. Well, he said here heights. So yeah,
that's true.
He's not that far off the ground. So. But yeah, Batman's like, they'll take the stairs. So they're examining the body, and part of the heart is still in the body, and Dick's like, this is clumsy. Heartless isn't clumsy. Batman's like, the wound is jagged. I've seen crime scene photos. The weapon he uses leaves a clean cut, and Dick says it cauterizes. And they're like, I don't think this is Heartless, a copycat, or someone trying to make this look like Heartless so the police don't look anywhere else. And Dick's like, we have to talk, says they have to talk to the boy again. And then Batman's like, at 3 a.m. He's like, yeah, we'll talk to him in the morning, let him sleep. Then we see, the uncle's basically like, go to the bathroom. We're not staying here tonight. And the uncle's all freaked out because Nightwing's involved, and I've worked too hard for this. I've risked everything. So basically just grabbing the kid forcefully, and he's like, we're getting in the car. The kid says, where are you going? Where you're actually useful. Of course, the last thing we see
the last thing I need is a damn superhero looking too closely. So it is a copycat. Who did it? The uncle did it.
I mean, that's what it looks like. Yeah.
The uncle wants the money.
Of course. I don't know who's going to freak out.
And he made him leave his Nightwing pencil case behind.
I know. Well, of course. Yeah, that's the thing. It's, of course, you had to focus on that pencil case in the last shot there. Yeah.
Yeah, and can we also enjoy how he's giving a thumbs up on the pencil case?
Yeah.
Classic.
But I don't know who's going to be madder at this guy, Dick or Bruce.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough one.
I mean, I can see Dick trying to having to pull Bruce off this guy because, again, not only, I mean, Bruce has seen it from both sides. I mean, Bruce not only had to raise a child like this who lost their parents, but Bruce was also the child.
Yeah.
So
Bruce is going to be mad.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I mean, they're both going to be mad, but yeah, you know, Bruce.
Remember how mad Bruce was in that one story where the kid killed his parents?
Yeah. Well, I think it was more like shocked. He's like, how? He's like, why would you do this?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. All right. Then we get to this, and I was sad. I was really stoked for this plague story. And now it's just like, oh yeah, a plague is killing people, and I'm wandering around.
Yeah, it almost seems like a 14th century version of Nightwing. And then, I mean, spoilers on the last page, we see someone that looks like the Joker, but at least it only looks like it's only a 2-part story. So, okay, so that's what I was going to say. I don't know how good this story is. I mean, I know I wasn't interested in this. Like I said, I'd rather have more of the first story, but if this thing didn't hook you, there's something wrong. 14th century, come on. You guys can't hook the history teacher. Come on.
Yeah, I don't know. It just was like not that. I don't know. I guess I think I felt like I was expecting something different based on what I had read. I thought he was going to be battling the plague or something. And the plague is just totally incidental. It's like, oh, the plague's happening in the background and people are
it's just
dying and some people are being killed.
I think that's basically just the touch point where, okay, this is the point in history it's happening.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know what this is supposed to be. Is it supposed to be like, oh, what if he, instead of present day, if Dick Grayson was in the 14th century, or is this supposed to be one of his descendants? But again, there's like too much stuff. It's like, yeah, he's fighting with sticks like Nightwing does, and then if we get a version of the Joker at the end, so I'm just like, is this like a what if or something? Or
I don't know. I think it's supposed to be his relative because they're calling him Grayson.
I know, yeah, but then you get the like a version of the Joker too. I'm like, okay.
Right. Well, and I guess the other thing is why is this in Normandy?
I don't
when
know.
Everyone's speaking English.
Well, again, I mean, some.
And he's saying, "I'm the son of Grayson." Like that's an English name. You're not Grayson in French.
I'm sure it's being translated.
Yeah, but
I know
it doesn't work.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Is this supposed to be like a different alternate universe take or something? Or I don't know. Too many questions. I don't know. Too many loose ends here. I don't like it.
Well, and I think it's supposed to because they mentioned the Romani merchant and stuff like that. Which that might be the plague era might actually be a little bit early for Romani to be in Normandy. I mean, it would be too early for them to be in England.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know. Yeah, it was just all right. I had higher hopes. I was stoked, and then I read it, and I was like,
yeah. I mean, we could have added more pages to that first story. Maybe some more Dick and Barbara stuff or something.
I don't know, or just had that plague thing be more interesting.
I know. I mean, I get it where it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So like 8 pages. So like total, it's 2 parts. The whole story is going to be 16 pages. So I get that they can't go too into detail, but yeah, it just kind of lost me.
Yeah, well, it wasn't anything. It wasn't anything creative. Like I said, the way they talked about the plague, I thought it was gonna be like, yeah, I knew it wasn't gonna be Nightwing. I knew it was gonna be people in the 14th century,
Yeah.
and I suspected it was supposed to be like a Nightwing equivalent. But I thought they were going to be like trying to solve the plague or fighting the plague or something, and instead, it's just like the plague is an incidental backdrop. Lots of people are dying, and it's just like people
Yeah.
are dying. People are dying. I'm mad, and I'm going to get revenge. Like
Yeah, like
there's nothing special to the story. We've told this 1,000 times.
Yeah, I mean, I figured it'd be one of his his ancestors. I get that. I was like, okay, I'll try this. But then when I don't know, just the whole thing with the Joker at the end, I'm just like, really?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
actually, I didn't really like the art that much either.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen this art before, and it's a style, but
I mean, it was okay. I mean, it kind of worked for the story. Although, actually, people have this misconception that stuff was dark. And I mean, stuff might have been a little bit dark in the Middle Ages in the sense that they didn't have electric light like we do, but they loved bright colors, and the churches were all painted and all this kind of stuff. So
black paint.
I realize it's supposed to be the night, but hello, Batman operates at night, and you wouldn't always know that.
Again, it was a choice.
Yeah, I mean, it was just all right. So I was sad because I wanted it to be better than that because it involved the Middle Ages, and I was like,
yes, yeah, it almost seems like an afterthought, but
oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I mean, the art was better than that art that they started off Tim Drake Robin with. My God, that art.
Oh yeah. No, I never have a problem with the art.
Speaking of Muppets, that art.
Oh my lord, the big heads and stuff. Yeah,
He looked like from Sesame Street.
and they wonder why that book didn't sell. I mean, I'm sorry, but like I said, I don't want to disparage any artist, but that definitely was not my cup of tea. And from the sales,
no, and it did not work well. It did not work well for Tim either.
No,
and that's why I mean, maybe they didn't, but corporations make efforts towards diversity, but often they half-ass them, and that's kind of what that felt like. I think that's why I was extra offended, because if you had that artist on Batman, I mean, people would get really mad, but they would still keep buying Batman. But like, you put that artist on a new book that has some controversy because there are jerk faces out there that are like,
yeah,
I don't understand why Tim's suddenly gay now. It's like, one, he's bisexual, and two,
shut up, Chuck Dixon.
Yeah, two, like, stuff changes. Things are allowed to change. But it just felt like you're trying for this book not to succeed. You just want the accolades to be like, hey, we have a Robin that's LGBTQ plus. Oh, but sorry, we can't give him his own book because nobody was buying it. It's like, yeah, nobody was buying it because you had terrible art.
Yeah, I don't know if that was the reason, but I know, like, I think Lilith even said maybe they were trying to go for like an anime style, maybe trying to get some like a younger audience. But I'm like, I know it turned me completely off.
I don't know. I felt like it didn't really look like an anime style. Though.
Yeah, I've seen animated. I don't think that was even it would have been good anime. No,
like you said, his head looked like a banana. That's not anime.
Yeah.
That's just weird. Such is life.
I know. It just disappointed me because I love it. Tim's like my second favorite Robin, and I was just like, ugh.
Right, I know. And now, I mean, okay, he got to do some decent stuff in Failsafe, and now he's like not doing anything.
I know.
What the heck?
Yeah, we need some kind of Robin anthology book where we get like different stories of the Robins every month or something.
Well, I am interested to see in terms of DC putting books out or whatever. I mean, this is the 60th year of the Teen Titans, and this is also 40 years of Nightwing. So, like, are they gonna
Oh,
do
yeah.
something? Are they gonna put out an anthology?
Oh, that's right. It is the 40th anniversary of Nightwing. Yeah, they should do something. Yeah, they haven't announced anything, right? For Titans or Nightwing, nothing.
No. Well, I did see they are coming out later this year with a big omnibus of the first Nightwing,
Okay.
of like the Denny O'Neil miniseries, and then the first, I think pretty much all of the Chuck Dixon stuff.
I mean, we should be getting bombarded with like Nightwing miniseries and merch, and yeah, I mean, it's popular enough. That stuff would sell. Come on,
I don't know, dude.
if you want to celebrate, if you want a year-long celebration of Nightwing's 40th anniversary, just stay tuned to this podcast, kids.
There you go. Yeah, we should see what month that came out.
Oh, I mean, we covered Detective 38, but I mean, we could.
No, I mean the one where he revealed Nightwing in the Judas contract.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we did that too, but
Right, I just mean we can eat some cake on the show when it's that month.
birthday Nightwing.
Be like, it's your birthday.
Oh yeah. Track me down that month because maybe we'll at least have to do something new Teen Titans related or something. All right. Anything else?
I think that's it.
All right. Let me pull up the homework here.
The homework.
All for the kids. They want to send in feedback. And your homework, you have to read because yes, next week will be a classic review. All right, hold on.
It says, There Shall Come a Titan. Tales of the Teen Titans 44 was released on the 4th of July.
Oh, nice. So July, nice. What do we got?
Although that's the cover date. So it probably came out a little before that, but
All right. Well, okay. That's right. All right, kids. So next week, we're gonna do more kind of what we did last month, but this time we're gonna get a crossover. We're gonna do New Teen Titans 37 and a crossover with Batman and the Outsiders number 5. So
that's right.
because if you remember way back when we covered Batman 416, Dick mentioned, oh yeah, last time I saw you were kind of like the Outsiders kind of teaming up with the Titans. Well, finally there. All right. So yes. So send us your thoughts on that. Send us your thoughts on the new stuff. Send us your disappointment that Tom Taylor's upcoming departure from the book. But yeah, all the current stuff, newer stuff. If you have any requests of stuff for us to cover, let us know. Email us CapesandLunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes and Lunatics, episodes, social media, merchandise, and the Patreon. So find all of those, help support this show and all the shows. So find it all at tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. All right. And if you want to help support Kristen buy all these new omnibuses coming out, yes, pick up Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder on Amazon. Again, you will learn something. I promise you will find out something new about Dick Grayson if you get this book. It's very good.
That's the hope.
Oh, that's what I should do. I should, for the anniversary, I should dig up our original interview and maybe like post that somewhere.
Retro.
That's right. It wasn't on a Capes of Lunatics. Oh, yeah, it wasn't. I don't think it was on Capes of Lunatics. So yeah, I should do that.
I don't know what it was on.
Yeah. The old Before the Bat podcast.
Back in the day.
I tried to consolidate everything. All right. All right, so did the plugs. All right, kids, remember, come back next time for us for that new Teen Titans Outsiders crossover. There, sorry. It's killing time while I open the screen here. All right, kids. The Beast World is done. So the rest of the beginning of this year, spring, summer, we'll have our Tom Taylor. We shall see what we get. All right. Thank you for joining us. Come back next time. Join us at the same wing time.
Same Wing Channel.
The Nightwing News. Don't be heartless. Think of the kids.